Here I am, peoples, just hanging out at the factory where they make these Neo Geo multi-video systems.
We are back playing some Neo Geo on the trusty Nintendo Switch. This is Last Resort. I feel like I've been talking about doing this video for about 5 weeks now, and I just haven't got around to it. So, yeah, finally excited to jump in. Last Resort, I'm sure this will explain everything. It's if you've ever played R-Type or a game like R-Type, you know everything you need to know about Last Resort. It's a shoot 'em up, a classic arcade style shoot 'em up. Well, arcade style. It's an arcade shoot 'em up. You can get a little friend, little ship thing that helps you out, and he sticks on the front of your ship, or you can revolve around your ship. We'll see that when I start playing. The important thing to note about Last Resort is that it's absolutely fucking solid. So bear with me as I struggle my way through some Last Resort. So I love the art style in this game. It's this just awesome, like Neo Tokyo just destroyed city thing. Looks like Akira. It's awesome. So this is the little robot friend we've got. You can see it's revolving around my ship. That's its default mode. These are little weapon pickups. So if you press B, it will stick to your ship. Wherever it was in its revolution. So when I'm not fighting this little mini boss, I'll demonstrate that a bit better. This is one-hit kills, like these games usually are. So we can also fire it there as a weapon. Fire it like a little rocket. It's quite powerful. It'll also do damage when an enemy touches it. So look, if I just run into enemies with the little ball, it'll kill them. Whereas if they hit my ship, I'll die. Look at the little men that fly out the ships when they die. So if I press B now, wherever I turn, it'll revolve around. God, there's never a good time to demonstrate things, because this game's just relentless. I generally spend the game with it stuck to the front of my ship. Because I can use it as a battering ram. These guys are nightmarish. The checkpoints in this game are absolutely savage. So, if I die, I'm starting the beginning of this stage again. And I don't want to do that. So yeah, I generally keep the ship just stuck to the front. I keep saying ship, there's got to be a better name for it than that. But yeah, just stuck to the front of me, because I find it's so effective as a defense tool. Because most of the fire, the incoming like enemies and stuff, well, apart from that guy that just hit me from behind, they generally come in from behind you. So, sorry, from in front of you. So it's kind of useful to use so that you can just like force your way through. And like that, I just kind of use it as like a paintbrush of death. Just knock those two out and then dodge around. I've always got it charged. Just like R-Type or even something like Mega Man or something, you know, you always have your weapon charged so that if something rushes you, you can just fire it off. Like that. Okay. This tank takes a ton of damage. Should probably be concentrating on these things up top as well, really. It's one of them that killed me last time. There's just, as normal, as usual, sorry, there's just always a ton of incoming fire to be dodging. Ah! Well stuck then. Well stuck in the corner. Isn't my best performance. Ah! So it's quite useful having the ship being able to move around you, but I'm not actively controlling where it goes. It basically goes to the opposite direction to what you're facing. So as you're moving around, the little ship is also dodging around you. So it's kind of hard until you get your head around how that works. is a little bit confusing. Oh, we're on the boss. I must have just hit a checkpoint to get past that little tank. That's quite good. This boss is a bit nuts. You've basically got to shoot him in his little robot dick, look. And then when he fires, you dodge it. And that's it. He sometimes fires out of his face, but the only place that you shoot him is there in his crotch. And his little surfboard mate pops up every now and again. So dodge his shots. He'll probably stop. There we go, he's dead. As long as you don't panic, as long as you know where to shoot him, and you dodge his little charges, you kind of make it through that alright. We made it through stage 1. I do not like the perspective of these enemies here. They come from the back, and they can't hurt you when they're in the background, and then all of a sudden they're there. This would be if you had 3D vision, like on a Virtual Boy. That'd be much easier. Oh, no, that's just horrible, isn't it? I don't feel like I need to say what that looks like. I really like this game. It's really well loved. Oh God, I hate that. I absolutely hate it. Yeah, you'll often see this on lists of people's favourite Neo Geo games, favourite SNK games. It's another that's been recommended to me in comments for videos. Do leave recommendations in the comments, please, 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 for SNK, well, Neo Geo games that I can look at in the future, because I'm learning as we go. But this is one that crops up. You see it on lists all the time, and it's really awesome. The one caveat is that it's absolutely solid. So it's not a casual, I'm going to have a quick bash on it game. It's you need to concentrate. you need to appreciate a difficult game. But it's awesome. This is bad, isn't it? Yeah, that I need to react slightly differently in that environment. Let's get my little friend. Ah, yes, continue. Guess what? So before you've got your little mate, you can't even charge up your shots or anything. You're very, very weak. Okay, so here he is. Let's quickly gather these power-ups again, because I'm going to need them for sure. Problem with these enemies is those bullets, they just hang around. So, oh god. Slow down as well. if you're experiencing this. Oh gosh. It's a really tough bit. I had read in a few reviews. I don't know if this is just the emulation on the Switch on like this version of it, but it's definitely got a ton of slowdown. I'm interested to know if that's kind of accurate to the original arcade release. Because when there's a lot of stuff on stage and all this rain and stuff, okay, I need to clear out some of these enemies really. It's these guys that are the real problem. So if I just knock into those bullets with my little friend, that is at least taking the bullets out. Crap. Oh. Done it, done it, done it. Just need to try and survive this next bit. There doesn't seem to be any indication of when you hit a checkpoint, which isn't the best. Oh, I've got some proper destruction going on here. These games are always super satisfying when you've built up your arsenal and you've just got tons of missiles and stuff cracking off. This feels like a boss. Has this one got a dick that I need to shoot as well? No, it's in its little gun turret on its forehead. Is that a forehead? Slow down, slow down. Christ. If you've ever played this at the arcade, please drop me a comment and let me know if the slowdown was this bad in the arcade version. Because it's nuts. Oh god, this section's difficult without my little friend. Need him back, really. Yes. Okay. Definitely a lot more going on with this boss than the first one. First one was just like a test of knowing where to stand, or where to position your ship, whereas this one is a lot more going on. You have to kind of dodge from every angle. Is that it? We've done it. We have done it. Infinite continues. Thank you again. Let's check out stage 3. Love, love, love the visual style. It's really cool. Oh, this gun is great. Oh, yeah. So as always, I'm playing this on the Nintendo Switch. It released in exactly the same month on the PS4 and the Xbox One in the Neo Geo Arcade Archives collection. So you can pick it up on any of those. As with all the other games, it costs about £6.50 or whatever that is in your regional currency. And they're releasing new games in the collection just all the time. I don't know if it's every week, but it kind of feels like it is. I can't think what the new ones were. Sengoku 2 and I can't think what the other one was. Something else. Yeah, I try and keep on top of them, but I just cannot afford to buy every single one because they're releasing so many. But it's awesome. It's made my Switch into this like dream arcade console, you know, as well as having all the best Nintendo games, and it's kind of indie game selection that it's got. I've also basically got this awesome portable Neo Geo system, which is really giving me second thoughts on buying a Neo Geo console, because I'm here buying and playing all these games for £6 a pop, and I can play them portable on an awesome little HD screen with proper controls. It's completely great, and probably half my Switch memory card's taken up by Neo Geo games at the minute. This ship's rough. This really reminds me of one of the levels in R-Type. If you've played R-Type, you'll definitely know what I mean. There's a level with this huge ship, and you gradually kind of move all around it and knock bits off it. knock little turrets off it and things, and it's completely awesome. It's one of the great set piece moments in that game. I've got to get better at putting my little gun on the right side of me. I think in that first stage I could get away with just having it stuck on the front, but maybe now it needs to stay on the bottom. Because I'm getting big time wrecked. Yeah, that's a nice little bit of defence. Just rub it along these gun turrets. Oh, I'll just rub myself along the gun turrets. I'm probably going to wrap this up now, because you don't want to just watch me try and force my way through these stages that I'm clearly not capable of doing at the minute. But as with most of the Neo Geo games we've looked at so far, massively recommended. If this looks like the kind of game that you're into, again, if you're into R-type games, if you're into like 1942, that kind of stuff, it's a no-brainer. It's really great. The only caveat is that it's absolutely solid. So you know how you are with games like this. If you appreciate this and you like learning patterns and tells and things like that, and you can get your way through this like we had to in the 90s and the 80s, you're going to find a lot to love with this. If you find this kind of difficulty frustrating and you don't want to bash your head against it and you want some casual arcade fun, maybe Last Resort isn't the game for you. But I love it. I think it's great. So it gets the big Virtual Boys thumbs up from me. Thank you for joining me for another Neo Geo play. Let's meet up again next week and play some more Neo Geo together. I don't know what, but I'll figure it out in the next week. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Ta-ra!